When you start working in MailChimp, you'll want to define your lists pretty quickly. Nearly everything you do in MailChimp revolves around a list. It's the first selection you make when sending any email, so it's important to think about who you will be sending campaigns to and what you will be sending them. You can also segment and group your lists, and we'll go over that soon too. A very basic subscriber list is simply a list of email addresses, and this is really all you need to send an email campaign. Most people collect a few other details, like names, time zones, birth dates, and other information. It has to be shared by the people who have signed up to receive your emails. Depending on your needs, you may also want to include hidden data about your subscribers, like whether they are a paying customer or not. We'll go into how to gather information in another video. MailChimp is a permissions-based email service, which means that there are no purchased, rented, or scraped lists allowed, no matter what. You can import lists that conform to MailChimp guidelines, and these include people who have opted in on your site in the past, people who've purchased your product and gave you their email address, and people who attended an event and shared their email address with you. It's very important to be sure that the list you have will conform to MailChimp guidelines, and we'll talk more about that in a minute. Each list that you have is a separate entity. Subscribers in one list are not synchronized to any other list. This keeps the data in your lists separate and easy to control. When you first start using MailChimp, you'll have no list yet, and you'll need to create one. We'll define a new list by filling in the list details. You want to give your list a name, something that you can recognize. Your subscribers will see this list name, so as you see here, MailChimp's given you a notice to make it something appropriate. Next, we'll type in a default from email. Many companies set up an editor@company.com kind of email address for this purpose, but it can be any email address that you have. It's best, however, if it's recognizable. If a subscriber gets an email from Wisdom Pets, then they're going to recognize this. Next, we're going to fill in the default from name. Now, often this is the editor at your company or the CEO, for example, someone or something that your subscribers will recognize. In this case, it's going to be Dr. Elizabeth Chase, the owner of Wisdom Pets. A short reminder helps your subscribers recognize that they joined the list voluntarily, so that they don't immediately click unsubscribe. This keeps your list from getting locked out by MailChimp. The contact information for this list is pre-populated from your account settings. Think of this as the same information that would go onto your website's Contact Us page or in a press release. It should be a real address. If the pre-populated address isn't what you want to display in your newsletters, that's okay. You can click Edit and change it now. Next, you'll select how often you want to receive notices when new subscribers join. It can be really fun when you see your engagement campaigns working and lots of people are joining, but it can also fill up your email inbox pretty quickly. If you select none of these boxes, you won't be notified. You'll have to log into MailChimp to see if your list is growing. Next, we're going to import a few subscribers into this list.